9 years with a person feels like maybe 3 or 4 relationships in one, in that we're not the same people that we were 9 years ago, thank God. I'm Datrianna, and this is my boo. No, I'm kidding. This is my fiance.
I'm Tashay, and this is my fiance. Doing things like having different careers, going to therapy, you just kind of become a different person, and your relationship definitely, exemplifies where you are at those different stages. When we first started dating our sophomore year of college, I had never dated a woman before.
It was my birthday, my sophomore year. She and I went out with like a friend of mine, and she bought me dinner. This was not a date. And I was just like, dang, I can't believe she bought me dinner. I don't think she had any other intentions either at the time. And I was still just like kind of shook by that. And literally from that dinner on, we've been together. It was just like we were hanging out and trying to convince ourselves that we were friends, until it was very clear that like there was an emotional thing there that was way more heightened than either of us, I think, wanted it to be or wanted to acknowledge that it was. Even when she still had like guys in her life, somehow they would really be for our benefit, not just for her benefit.
Yeah, there was a lot of very like innocent, childish fun about the way that we started dating. I always envisioned myself being married. It was just something that I thought that I wanted.
To me, obviously.
Of course, since I came out of my mother's womb, I knew it would be you. Sharing my life with someone, growing with someone, being that guaranteed like rock for someone.
I did not think I was going to be married. Like, I didn't want to have another person to think about. It seemed more like a burden than something that would be exciting. I just moved through the world like I didn't think I needed anyone else.
It's less about what you're doing and more about like who you're doing it with, and like appreciate that the person you care about most is there with you.
When we were together, it was like, you called me, I was excited, and we sat on the phone for 3 and 4 hours. That's great. No one's doing that now, and it's like, you're weird or whatever.
We went to couples therapy when we were actually doing pretty well. It wasn't because we were like, on having our worst days. We just decided, hey, this is really great. We're talking about building a future together. We could always get better at communicating.
We were like excited to go to couples therapy. Like, yes, please equip us with these tools that like we didn't have, and like a lot of people don't have, because who has seen really great, healthy relationships? Not most of us.
Communication is excellent, but it's a little more nuanced than that. It's okay to have a bruised ego every now and again. Like, it's less about me feeling like I walked away the champion in the conversation, and more about like, did I get my point across? Was I heard? Did I receive?
You come into a relationship just like, oh, I'm gonna love you and this is gonna be great. And it's like, the way I want to be loved is very different from how she wants to be loved. She just like wants to be in my presence and we can watch TV, and like she's good with that. For me, words of affirmation are super important. On my worst day, when I'm just like, why did I choose to be a creative? This is a special kind of hell. And she's like, but actually you're good at it, and here's why, and you did this, and stick to it. It's just really nice to have someone who can see you. I don't want this Tashay to be with me in 10 years, because I'm not going to be the same me. All the things we talk about today, I want us to be those things, and that requires change of like who we are and how we focus and what we focus on.
Every day we fight to be in our relationship. Like, when things are going well, we're fighting to be in our relationship. When they're not going well, we're fighting to be in our relationship. And I think we can't separate our queer identities from that.
Your soul is kind of like the opposite. Mm-hmm. It's the complement of my soul. Mm-hmm. And like the things that I'm not great at, you're great at, and vice versa. It's okay to like someone. It's okay to tell them you like them. It's okay to behave like you like them. Just be vulnerable and show up and wear and express your feelings. Like, I'm the most like, I don't want to talk about my feelings person. But like when I finally talk about my feelings, it's great to get them out, and then I can move on to something else and unblock whatever's got us in a situation.
And wherever you're meant to fit in the world, you will be able to do that as your whole self. And you will not be happy until you are your whole self. Running from or trying to suppress any part of my identity, I am thus not being myself. And so there's no way to bring my whole self to the world and truly present as who I am if I'm not embracing something so critical to who I am.